Let's hit table talk. So we are going to talk about Marvel characters as D&D character classes. What would they be? What would they do? How would it work? I'm thinking
Okay.
I'm thinking 5th edition, but you
Uh,
might be not as familiar. So you go first, and I will then see if my
let's go
picks lined
shot
up.
for shot. I got
Okay.
two.
Okay.
I'll do one. You do one.
Okay. You go for it.
Okay. I'm gonna do low hanging fruit,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna steal it. I maybe you've already thought of it.
Yeah.
This is really low hanging fruit.
Okay.
Um, I decided to take the class of barbarian,
Okay.
and primarily because of his strength and his rage ability.
Right. And you're thinking of Iron Man.
No,
Oh.
no. Hulk, man.
That makes
Hulk
more
is
sense.
barbarian class,
Right.
right?
Yeah, of course. That totally lines up. Well, so that's interesting.
And he just goes into rage. When he goes to Hulk mode, he just goes into rage.
Yeah.
But you'd have to make him like when he's not raging, he's got to be like a super smart scholarly
Yeah.
type barbarian.
Well,
Actually could be
it's
kind of funny.
it's actually really fun. So something that I've been doing the last day and a half here, I'm actually working on a little homebrew tweak to the barbarian class
Oh,
that
interesting.
lets
Okay.
you take a few different things. You can do things that aren't just combat, that aren't just hitting things. And basically I have a couple abilities in there that are a bit more intelligence, and you get more bonuses to intelligence checks and stuff, so you can kind of be that, like, that contrast. Yeah, Hulk 100% a barbarian. You could also, there are races. There's the Duragar race, Ashen Underdark dwarves.
Right.
They can, as a racial ability, they can enlarge themselves to large size. So if you wanted to play Hulk, you could probably, if you do a Duragar barbarian,
That's so funny.
you hit your rage and you increase in size, and then it's like, hey DM, can I turn green?
That's such a weird ability, man.
It is a weird ability, but if you flavor it like Hulk, it's a bit more cohesive. That's how I've always viewed it when I've
cool.
run Duragar.
Sure.
I just describe it as Imagine Hulk.
Sure.
Kind of deal. But yeah, you totally, that's exactly how I would imagine he works. So I'm gonna go for the other one, which this might be new to you, but if you're experienced with 5th edition and you kept up, Iron Man. Tony Stark is absolutely an artificer, which is a newer class.
Oh yeah.
The artificer class, they're like gadgeteers and stuff.
Sure.
Specifically in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, they introduced a new subclass called the armorist. Yeah. I've not played it. But the idea is you build yourself a suit of mechanical armor.
Yep.
That you infuse with magical abilities, and you increase your armor. It's almost cheating, because I'm pretty sure the reason that class exists is because of Iron Man.
Right.
But yeah, you play, you totally play a human artificer, a battlesmith. Oh, are you sleepy? Are you sleepy, Birdie? Oh, he's sleepy. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I would say. And he tinkers with his armor. You flavor all of your spell casting like it's gadgets. Yeah. So like Bucky in Civil War, when Bucky's going Winter Soldier mode and goes to shoot Tony, and he has the gauntlet that he like pulls over his wrist and blocks the shot. That's your shield spell. You spend your reaction to increase your AC. I like it. That's him going up and just So I think that is 100% where that class of the character lines up. What's your second?
That's fun. Yeah, that's a good one. And you could start with the Mark 1, it'd just be like this clunky.
Yeah, level 1, you're janky and weird. Level 20, you're flying and shoot. I'm pretty sure you get flying speeds and shooting like laser beams and stuff. It's awesome. So
yeah, that's pretty cool. And 100% somebody was like, we can't do a good D&D Iron Man build. We need a class. Yeah. And so they created the artificer.
Yeah, exactly. So
okay, maybe this is a little lowbrow. Maybe it's just easy fruit too. But I went with paladin.
Okay.
And I went with Thor.
Thor is the paladin. Okay,
I went
interesting.
with Thor as the paladin, and
for
one reason, two reasons, I guess. Obviously, his connection to the divine.
Yeah,
I mean, he's literally a god.
Yeah,
but I don't know if it's still the case, but there was a in the second edition when paladins, I can't remember what level they reached, but they went on a quest to get their Holy Avengers sword.
Right.
And that was their personalized kind of magic item, which I think you could easily substitute sword.
The hammer. Yeah.
And he smites enemies, and he's the only one who is worthy of picking it up until Cap came along.
And he's got some magical abilities.
Yeah, he's got his magic, some smite ability, flame strike or something like that, lightning strike.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a subclass you could probably find an oath, a paladin. They're paladin oaths.
Yeah.
The thing that I would be curious on is how you would get him flying, because he can fly around, and paladins don't really have that ability.
Helmet.
A magic item or something. I think you could also do, because I know that, I mean, there are tieflings that can have wings and they can fly, but he's not a tiefling.
No.
However, there are Aasimar, which are the opposite, and they are like a celestial bloodline. They're like part angel kind of deal.
Yeah.
And they can manifest wings temporarily.
Yeah.
To fly around. And then they do bonus damage, I believe, while their wings are like out. So you could probably work that in.
Yeah, the classic paladin build too, from anything prior to third edition, was the ability to turn undead as well.
And,
obviously the healing abilities. So maybe falls a little short in that department, but we could probably figure out a way.
There's lots of paladin flavors that you can turn undead is a cleric ability in 5th edition. I don't think paladins don't actually have access to that, because I was just going to say a couple weeks ago I saved my party in the game I play in from a giant undead creature that was unkillable with a clutch turn undead that let us escape. But I'm a cleric, not a paladin, so I was like, wait a second. But I think that Thor as a paladin would be a fun experiment to make it work. It might not be like 1-to-1, but I don't know if there's a closer.
You got to bring back his the old English that he used to speak in the comics.
Exactly. Yeah. So my final one, because we're talking about Falcon the Winter Soldier and you didn't take it. There is a subclass of fighter called the battlemaster. The battlemaster gets dice they can impart to allies for special maneuvers, and they can use their abilities to give allies extra attacks when it's not their turn, and stuff like that. I'm thinking either Steve Rogers or Sam Wilson as Captain America. Battlemaster fighter. Getting in the heat of things, leading people. I was actually almost thinking Steve as a paladin, just for the pure inspirational value, but he doesn't have magical abilities. So I think that a purely like a martial class like the fighder, where it's just pure physical
captain,
military and exactly. You could take the feat inspirational speech, where you give extra hit points to people who can hear you make a speech, right. You bolster you bolster your friends with extra kind of resolve and leadership. That's and then there's like, I don't know, there's feats you can take for like throwing shields and stuff, like give him a returning shield and you know, like
I got to do about 3 sessions as a battlemaster with the dice, and it was fun. Did
they have Battlemaster, and when did you play Battlemaster?
This was when your oldest brother was DMing.
Okay, gotcha.
I can't remember if it was during lockdown or what. It was a while back, but I actually went to the store and I found 5 matching D8s for.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Right. I think I might remember. Yeah, I remember hearing about that. Yeah, no. Yeah, battlmasters are great. And they also, so Tasha's Cauldron added a bunch of new maneuvers that you can take. And some of them are just even better. There's some that are like, you can add the dice to your own like investigation checks and stuff. So you go into analytical mode, and you're not just a battle focused person. You actually are using your battlefield skills and applying them to tactics and deduction and stuff. So like a more cerebral kind of strategic battlefield leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where you'd fit either of those characters, and I think that would be an excellent spot.
Sweet, those are fun. If anybody's listening to this and you want to chime in with the comments and give us your builds, match up superheroes with D&D classes, that'd be fun. That'd be a fun conversation.
Yeah.
Throw it in.
I'm sure there's lots of videos out there too. People building lots of different fictional characters, but yeah, you build Batman as a battlemaster. I think that's what you would do. All his gadgets, or maybe he's an artificer.
No, he's a Pathfinder character though. You'd have to use Pathfinder classes.
He's like a weird like rogue artificer.
Yeah.
But rogue artificer multi-class for Batman, right? Because he can sneak around and do ninja stuff, but he's also got gadgets. So I don't know.
Yeah. That's cool. All right. Well, we should land this X-Wing because
let's do that.
55 minutes today, which is great. We missed last week. So
yeah, exactly. A little bit extra time. Next week, you guys, we're going to be talking about Mortal Kombat. I'm so excited. I couldn't hear your version. Yeah, finish him. So we're gonna go over that. We're gonna go over potentially there was something else in my brain and it's gone, but that's fine. So
no, we should have a quick look at the upcoming MCU, what's on tap.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, maybe some order of operations, like what's coming next. We know Loki's the next series, but beyond that, kind of what's on the event horizon is MCU offerings. That'd be fun.
No, totally.
And anything else in the toy, game, movie, pop culture realm.
I remember the other thing I was going to say. Star Wars, The Bad Batch starts beginning of May. It's the animated. It's like kind of a Clone Wars sequel type thing. It's about that they had the Bad Batch. It's a bunch of clones. They're a squad, and they were in the last season. So that's throughout May. I think that runs until Loki starts.
Sweet.
I'm not quite as interested in that. I never watched the whole Clone Wars, but maybe we'll talk about that as that goes. Make that.
That was our the Clone Wars was our Saturday morning sweet cereal cartoon. We just watched an episode, so I might pick it up with that.
Yeah, but either way, we will come back next week for more of all this goodness. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow us on all of our social media in order to catch episodes as they go live. And Brad and Dad in most places. That's right. Comment what you think Captain America or any of the other Avengers would be, and what would Thanos be? That's an excellent question. And what would Zemo be? And you could just name characters and we could spend another 10 minutes. Just go, just keep going. Just give her. Oh yeah, just let her rip, bud. So anyway, we're gonna dip out here. You guys have a great week, and we will catch you in 7 days roughly. Bye bye.